you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. What are you doing in there? Get out of there. Come on. Howdy, y'all. Fast Force 289. Welcome back. In this video, we'll be working on my 1976 Ford truck. We'll be changing the spark plug wires and distributor cap and rotor button. It's been a while. It's probably been about 6 years or so since I've changed the stuff on this truck since I bought it. It's a good time to upgrade and do a little bit of preventative maintenance. All right, so as a quick overview of what we have at this current moment, you can see here that this is what I have. I got just regular distributor cap, 7mm wires, which is what the truck would have came with from the factory. And these are just like your cheap, generic auto parts store spark plug wires, which they do work, but they don't work as well. They're not as good a quality as I would like. So we're going to be changing those. Now, I'm not going to be doing the plugs, and the reason why is I might take them out and clean them, but the reason why I'm not going to be changing them is because I just did these plugs not that long ago. So the plugs are still relatively new. If you remember one of my old videos, I had one of them mess up, so I think I put an old one in there, but then I ended up changing them or something. So they ain't been that long since they've been redone, so they're fine. I might just take them out, clean them, and re-gap them, but I do want to change the spark plug wires for sure. Okay, so this is what I ended up buying right here. It's the Petronix flamethrower. And the reason why I went with Petronix, because I actually was looking to go with MSD when I wanted black wires. Because I was thinking about doing black wires, looking at the MSDs, and they cost about the same as these. These were about $67 for the set here. But I wanted blue. I just couldn't find a MSD, at least on Summit's website, where they sold blue. Maybe they do sell blue. I couldn't find them. Petronix makes good stuff, though, so I have nothing against Petronix. So here's what the spark plug wires look like. There's the distributor cap end, and then obviously the spark plug boot end. They are dark. I thought they were a lighter blue, kind of something more closer to this, which is what I wanted. But, you know, it is what it is. If nothing else, now I have some good wires, and these are 8mm like I wanted, so that's good. I want to get rid of the 7mm wires. The bigger the wire, the better currency they flow through, and a better spark you'll get. So that'd be a nice upgrade. Here's the distributor cap that I'm going with here. Now, little fun fact: 76 still use the small cap like I showed you that I have currently. They didn't go to this cap till 77, maybe mid 76 when they started making a couple other changes. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do know that by 77 these were the standard, 77 and on up. Now the reason why I went with this is mainly for something different. With that air cleaner that I'm running now, I figured this might kind of look better with that air cleaner. I don't know. But if nothing else, I figured I would try it. If I don't like it, I will simply cut these ends off here and order me some regular ends for the other style cap and crimp on here and then just use them anyway. So not a big deal either way. I can still use the spark plug wires just the same. So here's the rotor button that goes with this cap. Now if you notice, the cap terminals and the rotor button are both brass contacts. You want that. I know they sell aluminum too. Aluminum does conduct electricity, but brass is better at it. I prefer to get the brass. It's old school, it's old style. I know everything now is mainly aluminum, and that's fine. If that's what you can get, that's fine. But me personally, I'd rather have the brass. Also, I picked these up from Scott Drake. It's the valve cover wire looms, and I may not need them, but I figure I'd go ahead and get them just in case I do need them. And if nothing else, if I don't use them on this truck, I can use them on my 77 because they're just zip tied together. So either way, I can put these to good use. So that's all the parts. So let's go ahead and get what we have on there now torn apart and jump into it. The best thing to do to remove spark plug wires is to twist the boots because they'll get stuck from the heat. That rubber gets stuck to the porcelain on the spark plug, and then you can pull them off like so. And more likely, as cheap as these wires are, I've already pulled ends off of them before. I'm probably going to do it again. So far so good, but I'm sure there's going to be one that I'm end up pulling off before it's over with. Matter of fact, I think it was this back one I had to repair last time. Yep, pull it off again. This right here just simply pops off, and now that side's loose. Repeat the same steps for the other side, and then we'll come back after we're done with that. So in my case, I am going to have to loosen the coil, but it's just a 9/16 bolt. We ain't got to take it all the way out, just loosen it, and that'll give the coil some room to move. Then we got the fishing up underneath our fuel line. All right, so to remove these caps, and it's the same for all these old Ford caps, you got these clips right here, one over here, one on the back side that you can't see on camera. But all you gotta do is simply, sometimes you can grab them with your finger and just pop them loose, but if not, you can grab a screwdriver, put in here, and do that for both sides, and bam, it'll pop right off. And don't forget to unplug your coil like I did. So I am gonna have to end up, I had to kind of bend my line a little bit to work with this bigger cap, which is fine, no big deal. I just have to run a longer hose. I got some hose, so it's not a big deal. After you remove your distributor cap and rotor button, we're just gonna simply install our new rotor button. Make sure, if you look in here, see there's a tab in here. See it's smooth all the way around. You got that one tab. There's a tab right here in the distributor that lines up with. So you just wanna make sure that when you put it on there, and it should fit tight. So you push it down, you should be able to twist it and feel it lock in. See, now it's pushed down all the way. We can go ahead and put our new cap on. And again, this little notch right here lines up with the bolt down there on your vacuum advance. And then we can take and put our cap on. And you don't have to pull the cap off to install this, I just did it. And once again, the good thing about these, they have notches to line them up. So you see you have this notch here with it cut out in the cap, and that's for this little tab here on the base to line up with. Now our cap is in tight. And you see I just have to run a longer piece of hose is all, which is fine, ain't gonna be no big deal. We're gonna start putting our wires in place, see how they're gonna fall. All right, so what I like to do is just get all my wires together and put all the boots that go to the distributor cap even. Get them pretty even so you know they're all about equal. And then you can find which ones are the longest wires. You know, I always start from just work my way from the back of the engine forward, longest, to the, shortest obviously, and just do that. That's the way it works best for me. Also, I like to write down my firing order. Now on these original motors, they're actually stamped, like the firing order's in the intake and the cylinders are numbered on the intake, but this is a 302 motor intake, but I got a 351 Windsor cam, so the firing order changes. So I write mine down, that way I have it, I can just look at it whenever I need it. So you gotta figure out, I'm probably not gonna, so you gotta figure out which one's the longest wire. On this side of the engine, the spark plug wires are pointed to the back. Up here, they're pointed to the front. So the longest one should be that back cylinder coming up to here. It's usually one of the two back cylinders is your longest wire. So I gotta figure out in my case, since the Ford fires in reverse clockwise, counterclockwise position, so it fires this way. So it'd be 1, 3, 7, 2, 6, 5, 4, 8. Yeah, this one's 8 and it's gotta go all the way back to there. It may be the longest one. And this one's number 4, so it's gotta go all the way back from here all the way to over there. So it's gonna be one of these two is gonna be your longest wires. So just gotta figure that out. All right, and we are done. That turned out great. It looks great. I kind of like that cap, because it fills in underneath the air cleaner a little bit better. Just makes it look a little bit more fuller. I may change it. I don't know. I'm gonna try it for a while and see how I like it. I may end up going back to the old style cap, but I do like how it's easier to kind of route these, because you got to route them in between wires sometimes. I had it done like that on the other cap too, but it's easier on this because they're spread further apart, so you got more room. But yeah, I like it. It's something different. The spark plug wires are actually not as dark as I thought once they're installed. They actually stand out pretty well, and I think they look really good, you know. I like the blue. I was going to go with black, but black's just too blah to me. I like the blue. It stands out. But everything's good. It clears the shifter arm like it's supposed to. I got them looking pretty even. Flowing together real nice. Those are those new wire looms from Scott Drake, and I gotta say, they fit really well. I didn't know that they actually had like little knobs inside the clip to clip into the valve cover. I've always had old ones that just slide on and off real easy, but then you actually had to kind of like snap them on, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, and that's what it looks like completely installed. So just had to extend my fuel line a little bit, but not a big deal. It looks good. And yeah, all in all, this side here is kind of blended in more. It's hidden more by the air cleaner, but it looks good. Everything looks like it's supposed to, and it runs like it's supposed to. I think it runs a little bit better now. So yeah, that looks good. I'm happy to have that done. Made one small adjustment. I took that spark plug wire off this side of the fuel line, moved over just to make it look a little bit cleaner. That was kind of bothering me. So yeah, it looks a lot better. Looks a lot neater and cleaner. So yeah, I like that. Kind of rerouted a couple of these two to help get it off my AC compressor some, and yeah, I might put another set of looms up here to help keep them looking neater. But yeah, all in all, that looks good. I like the bigger wires too. They look better. Alrighty guys, well, that's all there is for this one. We got that finished up. It looks good, and I'm happy to have it done. Something that I've been wanting to do here for a little bit, so it's good to have a nice tune-up done. Nice, new, fresh, clean looking wires. I'm happy with that. So, but yeah, that it turned out great. Simple, easy upgrade, and anybody can do it. And it helps make the engine bay just look better, you know, and it helps make the engine run better, more efficient. So that's all there is for this one. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the drop box down below, and I'll get back to you. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We're growing more and more each day, and I appreciate it. And yeah, so that's all there is for this one. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.